Well, good morning, guys and gals. I'm so excited to teach you this second level of Instagram training. I know last time we went over some of the basics and some of the integrations between Facebook and Instagram, some of the important settings on your phone, transferring your account from a personal account to a business account and why those reasons might be important when it comes to marketing. And now today we're going to talk about some of the fun stuff. So level 2, if you missed level 1, make sure that you go back and watch that Instagram presentation before you watch this one. It should be a succession of the 3 videos that we are going to do regarding Instagram. Level 3, we're going to talk about stories. We're going to talk about using the Reshare app or Repost app. We're going to download it today, but we're going to use it next time. So level 3 will be a more advanced use of Instagram. For you guys that might already be on Instagram, might already be posting things, and might just want to know some of the really cool features that you didn't know existed, or some of the new and upcoming things for Instagram. So if you're just tuning in, again, make sure that you watch level 1. That will tell you about all the connection settings, all of the back-end things. We're going to run over them real quickly once again, but trying to keep this between 15 and 20 minutes long for training purposes. So make sure that you guys have watched level 1. We're going to skip right ahead to level 2, and we're going to go through some of the features of Instagram. So let's jump in and get started. So here, and I'm going to move myself off the screen so that you guys can just see the screen here. So a couple things to note, again, when we're going over everything once again, your stories will be here across the top. As you can see, those circles, if they are lit up, like this one appears, you will notice that that is an actual person who has posted a story. Stories stay for 24 hours. Here you have your sharing options, like we talked about last time with the 3 little dots. And when we click on that, we have the option to use the Repost app or to share photos. We're going to talk about that here in a second. And then we can also share to our Facebook from there, to our Facebook business page. Your story can be located up there in the corner. If you don't have one, that's okay. You're going to see a plus sign. That's going to be your cue that you need to add something to that story. And like I said, we'll talk about stories in level 3. And then you can also view other people's stories and change your story settings from that little circle right there. Again, the search feature is going to be down in the bottom here. You'll see this this little eyeglass looking thing, little search tool. That will be your place where you can search for different accounts. Remember, you can search by name, which would be your actual account name. You can search by username, which will be different in some cases than your actual account name, and then also by hashtag. We can search for things like hashtag front yard greetings, hashtag birthdays, hashtag graduation celebrations, any of those things. And then when we say go to the home button, we often call it your channel, which is what your Instagram channel will be. And that home button is down here in the corner, okay? So just a couple of things there. Let's look for settings one more time. This should be what we consider our insights. We talked about before how we can look at some demographic information, and we can keep tabs on what our audience looks like. Those are all under your activity and your insights. That's the back end of your settings of your Instagram business account. Remember, if you're not on business, you will not have these settings available to you. It will just be on Instagram business channels that they will see these actual demographic and insight information. Let's skip ahead real quick to the best times to use Instagram. And you guys will get this PowerPoint. I will attach it for you to the bottom of the e-blast that you received so that you can go back and look at some of these numbers. But this is a good way to kind of gauge when people are using Instagram. You'll see here the hours of the day, the days of the week, the concentration of the highest users that are consuming Instagram data will be the dark pink colors, okay? So you'll see here that Thursday and Friday around 5 a.m. is a good time. Strangely enough, that's the morning workout crowd. You'll also see the middle of the day here is a good time. So anytime technically between 9 and 6 p.m. is a high saturation. You'll see all the dark colors here. So we like to say basically Tuesday through Friday, 9 to 6 p.m. is the best time of engagement. So if you want a general rule, right here, as you can see, 9 to 6, Tuesday through Friday as the weekdays to use Instagram for the most users to be on the account. I'm going to show something to you guys real quick, and I want you to download this. We will use this in our level 3 training coming up. This is the Repost app, and it's going to look a little different in the Android store. So if you have an Android device, when you go in to purchase, it's free, but when you go in to download this app, it is going to look a little different. It will actually look more like this. You will see the colors of Instagram. For Android, I'm not sure because I don't use that app I have an iPhone, so I don't use it from an Android device. There are, as you will probably find, some different iterations of the Instagram app, or the Repost app for Instagram itself, that sometimes will deliver you commercials and ads and other things that we don't want in there. This is the best one I have found for Instagram. I've been using it now for a little over a year. It does not deliver ads. It performs very well. It allows you to toggle around on what we consider the copyright mark. So when we use this next time, you'll need to have this downloaded for your phone, okay? So again, you're gonna get the PowerPoint. You can scroll back through here. It's real easy. Just search for Repost for Instagram, just how it's written here with the semicolon and everything in your app store, and go ahead and download that app or get that on your phone. And we will use that in the level 3 training, okay? Very important tool that we can use for Instagram. I'm actually gonna go back to my phone now, meaning I'm going to hold my phone up to the screen so that you guys can see some of the features here. And for a second, my face is gonna get a little bit bigger. But I want to make sure that you guys are able to see the Instagram things that I'm doing. And that's gonna probably basically be me holding up my phone here so that you can see what we're doing. And I'm gonna try and be as non-moving as possible, still as possible. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger for you guys to see, okay? So here you'll see the Instagram app. I'm gonna go through some of the features as far as using the Repost and making sure that you have your account set up correctly to reshare things. So I'm just going into one of the business accounts here at the top. Again, we noticed that the difference between a business account and a personal account are the addition of the website address here and the actual physical address on your screen. Okay, and I realize there's a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to try and talk and go a little bit slower for the audio portion of it. But here, this is a copy of, or an example of a business account. You will see on any of these photos that I have shared here. So once you have shared a photo to your Instagram account, you have the option to go to, like I said, those Disney World little 3 magical buttons up here in the corner. And when I go to those 3 little magical buttons up in the corner, I will see this menu pop up. It's going to give me some additional options of what to do with that. This is also where we will use the Repost app in the future. So this will be the same button. You're going to click on those 3 dots, and that's where we will utilize the Repost app. But for the purpose of today, we want to talk about sharing to Facebook. So here in this option, these menu options that I have here, you'll see that I have the option to share. It's right here above delete. If you ever messed up, of course, you can just delete your post. But let's click on share. And when we do that, we see that it gives us the option to share to Facebook, okay? And your business page should show up right here on your Facebook. It should actually not be lit up yet because we're gonna toggle that across, but you should see your business page right there. Now, a couple of words of advice on what to do when you take a photo from Instagram and move it to Facebook. Remember, we're only gonna keep the top 3 hashtags from your post that you made on Instagram. So if you made an Instagram post and you did your due diligence and you went through and you added all of the trending hashtags, all the things that you could possibly cover so that you show up more in the analytics of Instagram, we want to make sure before we share that across to Facebook that we take some of those off. So you always have the ability before you share something to go back in here and edit this post. So as you can see, if I just scroll up, I have the option to edit anything here. When I do that, I will have the option to take out some of those hashtags. So I'm going to take some of those out. And let the video catch up with me now because for some reason it's delayed a little bit. Okay. I think we might be back. Apologize, technical difficulties. Let's see if we work better over here. Let me close this guy. Close some of these things I have going on back here, and hopefully that will help a little bit. We don't want to disconnect that guy though. Okay. Let me move myself over here. Hold on just a second, guys. Bear with me. I'm going to close that guy. And I'm going to share a different screen with y'all. Let's see, let's share screen 2 and see if this helps. Make things a little bit better. That. Having a pretty big delay, and I don't want you guys to have to fight through that delay. So let me close a few things real quick so that we can be nice and speedy. Hopefully not out delayed on some of this stuff. I apologize. Give me just a second. Sometimes webcams do not like to pick up additional things working in the background. As you guys know, I'm always multitasking, so the things that are going on here in the background are slowing down my video feed. I don't like that. Like when you're singing the national anthem and you can hear your own voice in the stadium. Okay, let's see if we maybe close some of these things. Okay, I think we might be doing a little bit better now as far as timing. Okay, so back to Instagram. And you'll hear my audio, of course, so I apologize if the video is a little bit delayed. I'm going to pause the share real quick and then start it again. Okay. See if this is a little bit better. I think it's still a little bit delayed, but that's okay. All right, so again, if you're back here and you're sharing to Facebook, do remember that we're going to take all of those 900 hashtags that we put on there off before we share across, and we will use just the top 3 that have been trending to send across to Facebook, okay? So we're going to go ahead and click the button right here, and we're going to hit share. And when we share that, it's going to share it across to our Facebook page. Okay, I'm not going to do it right now, but if you want to change anything, you will have to get onto your Facebook page, click the 3 little dots, again, the magical 3 little dots, and you will have to scroll down and click edit. When you click edit, that will allow you to edit the text of the post. At that time, you can add additional photos, do a check-in, a location, any of those things to the Facebook post itself. Okay, now remember, you have to switch engines. You can't edit Facebook from Instagram, and you can't edit Instagram from Facebook, okay? So those would be the way that you would do that. We're going to go ahead and cancel out of there, and I want to show you some of the things that might come up in your notifications of Instagram that could be helpful as far as gathering content, things that you can use, okay? So when you go here into your little, your heart icon down at the bottom, that's where your notifications live on Instagram. On Facebook, it's the little bulb looking thing at the top where your notifications come out. But on Instagram, it will be the heart down at the bottom. And down here, this is going to show me all the action that's happened on my account. I will see new people who have followed me. I will see comments. And I will also see anyone who has tagged me in either the text of their post or using the actual tag feature of Instagram. Those are 2 different features. But any of those will show up here. So as you can see, we had a patron, or actually a vendor, that tagged us in something here. So these are great things, guys, for us to utilize using the Repost app that we've downloaded that we're going to use next time. So if you have the opportunity to allow anybody that is a customer of yours, anybody that might be another vendor that you work with, maybe the people who actually make the materials for your signs, maybe it's a neighborhood association that helps you get the word out. Any additional, what we consider messengers of your message are great people to utilize on social media to tag you in things, okay? It's what we call third-party voice, and much like third-party testimonial, it is a much stronger voice than the actual account itself, soliciting additional followers, fans, whatever. So what we want to do is we want to get other people to tag us, post pictures of us, speak on our behalf, because then we can use them as what we consider brand ambassadors to make our product get out into the marketplace. So if you are using your customers like you should be, in a very nice way, of course, make sure that you are having them post the photo to their Instagram account and tag you in it instead of vice versa. Because what happens then is their newsfeed of people that might have no clue what your business service does or no clue that you even existed will see that in their feed, and if they tag you appropriately, you can then use the repost app, which we're going to use next time, and you can grab that image that they tagged you in and you can share it directly to your Instagram account. And that's what we consider third-party voice. It's the strongest form of social media marketing that we can use. It's just like having someone tag us on Facebook and us sharing it, or someone leaving us a great review on Facebook and sharing it. I'm going to show you guys a way that you can utilize the reviews off of your Facebook to pair them with a photo into what we consider kind of like a collage and share that on your Instagram. People struggle with, how do I get a review from my Facebook page or from Google or from Yelp or any of those other review sites? How do I get those onto my Instagram channel? Because there's no way to review someone on Instagram. We're going to show you that in our level 3 training, and I'm also going to give you an article in the e-blast below that will show you some of that information as well. So I apologize for the video delay. I'm going to cut it a little bit short, and I'm going to give you some additional material in the e-blast below. Make sure that you grab that PowerPoint that we were referencing before. That will have some good reminders for you. It will also have some links to additional articles. Okay, so coming up in level 3, again, if you're dropping in late, make sure that you have downloaded or obtained the repost for Instagram, okay? And on your actual device, it is going to look like this little white and purple app right here, okay? As you can see, that is the repost for Instagram. And like I said, for an Android, it's going to look a little different. But it will be the same colors as Instagram, the same colors that were in the PowerPoint, the orange and pink and purple and those Instagram colors, and it will say repost for Instagram. So make sure that you have downloaded that for our level 3 training. We're going to talk repost and we're going to talk stories. So get excited because this is our favorite part of Instagram, right? We're at level 3. If you missed this one before you watch level 3, make sure you watch this one and make sure that you watch level 1 because we want to make sure that those connections are right and that you are on a business account, okay? Good luck on Instagram, guys. There are tons of articles floating around out there. If you need something, feel free to email me back. Feel free to email the ladies and let them know, Amy and Jessica, that you need something additional. Or make sure that you just use your Google. Google's a great engine for you to jump on and say, how do I do this? And chances are there will be another person just like me doing a crazy video on YouTube, or there will be an article linked to it where you can get some tips, okay? Look forward to seeing you guys in, I guess, a couple weeks to do level 3 Instagram training.